Fulton, a land steeped in Maratha history, was once a princely state during the British era, under the rule of the Nimbalkar dynasty. The members of the Nimbalkar dynasty were the rulers of Fulton until the integration of princely states into the new nation of India in 1947. Fulton is both a city as well as a municipal taluka, located in Satara district about 100 kilometers from Pune and 300 kilometers from Mumbai, in the Indian state of Maharashtra. Fulton has traditionally been a cattle grazing area. Breeding cows and milking them for the processing units has been the farmer's traditional occupation. This city is also home to the renowned dairy product manufacturers, Govind Milk and Milk Products.
My grandfather took keen interest in dairy farming and even started a dairy in Fulton with Indian breeds giving high quality milk. He even sent his son, that is my father, Vijay Naik Nimbalkar, to Rhode Islands to do animal husbandry. When he came back, he started a sugar factory, a cooperative sugar factory. He was the founder chairman of the cooperative sugar factory. From the sugar factory, they even started collecting milk from the farmers. A milk federation was created in Fulton. Milk was collected by the federation to various cooperative societies. The milk was then sent to the government for processing and later on to the cities. And a commercial production of dairy farming began in rural areas. We all have to thank Mr. Kurian for starting the cooperative milk dairy farming. Keeping cows, milking them and sending that milk to the processing units has become the main business of the farmers today. When my cousin Srimanta Ramraje got elected from Fulton in 1994, many farmers appealed to him. The reason was that the cooperative wasn't doing very well and the farmers were not getting their due to their milk, and through his guidance we decided to start Govind Milk and Milk Products on the parallel grounds of a cooperative.
Since its establishment in 1996, Govind Milk and Milk Products has steadily increased its bulk milk processing capacity and set up a state-of-the-art 30-ton powder manufacturing plant.
When we started, we had only 200 liters of milk and we supplied that milk to Cadbury's. Our first plant, we could process only 20,000 liters of milk, and through the hard work of our managing director Mr. Dhumal and all the members of the Govind family, we have been able to achieve growing from 200 liters, 20,000 liters processing plant to now we are collecting over 4 lakh liters of milk and we can process more than 6 lakh liters of milk.
As the company rapidly expanded, Mr. Dhumal, managing director of Govind Milk and Milk Products, began to notice a bitter irony. Out of the entire chain of the dairy business, the most neglected figure was the principal source.
All of the farmers, the transporters, the dairy, all benefit from the cow. And the cow was always tied. So I thought the cow should be free.
This realization led to the happy cow concept.
Happy cows came in during one of my meditation retreats. So when I came back, I discussed with my people and we said, why not try to have a free housing farm?
And so it began, with the very first trial conducted at the plant. Undeterred by skepticism, they continued with their experiments, taking this concept out of the plant to a local farmer on his own farm.
The farmers saw the benefits over there. They started accepting it more easily. This idea started multiplying.
The concept that was introduced to the farmers was, instead of tying up the cows, they were advised to leave them free, to move around in a courtyard with a simple fence made of bamboo and wood.
In this small barn, now this courtyard, you can see that the animals are free moving around. They have water to drink. They can come and drink water whenever they want. Usually in tied barns, you give animals only twice or thrice water. But in this free housing system, they can have water 24 hours. There's a tree in the middle also. This tree, as usually the cows go and groom themselves or brush themselves on their own. It makes them more calmer. Their stress also comes down. because they were stress-free, letting down of milk was easy. In these free housing farms, we have encouraged our farmers to have indigenous hens. These hens usually eat the ticks on the animals or in the courtyard and make it insect-free. So instead of spraying insecticides or pesticides to make it more hygienic, hens do the work of biological control. Usually when the cows are tied in a farm, they sit on dung, they get soiled with that dung, and then you have to wash it every 2-3 days. It is prone to more disease also. This has resulted in quite a good way in milk yield. The milk has increased by more than 10% in most of these farms.
Farmers were encouraged to cultivate fodder without fertilizers or pesticides. A wide variety of nutritious fodder like lucerne, DHN6 and maize were organically grown and fed to the cows instead of concentrated fodder from the companies. The company also introduced the technique of hydroponics, where seeds are grown in a soilless condition in a greenhouse. These initiatives have yielded a high milk output of optimum quality.
There is a new algae, azolla. So this azolla is also a very nutritive feed which is given to the animal. We feed it 1 or 2 kgs daily. It is a very natural source of vitamins and enzymes. Increases the production of milk also and the quality of milk.
We give constant training to the farmers. Constant training programs are held in various rural areas where farmers are trained with the techniques of producing good quality milk as well as producing milk with low cost.
Our first intentions were only to leave the cows free, but later on these benefits started coming in.
As more and more farmers shared their experience with farmers from other villages, the idea of free housing took form and spread across villages far and wide. Within a short span of time, the movement had reached nearly 1,200 farms. But the road on this journey was not an easy one. A rather peculiar challenge from the paravets of the area threatened the smooth expansion of the program.
Because the treatment of animals came down very low, the paravets in this area started saying that don't go in for this technique. So we got the paravets on contract. And we said instead of going for treatment, why don't you come on contract where the farmer will pay you some money, the dairy will pay you some money, and you will get a steady income also, and you will work for preventive health maintenance rather than treatment. The cows were happy because of unnecessary treatment stopped. The farmer was happy because his workload came down, his income increased. Paravets were happy because he started getting his income also. Then the dairy was getting good quality milk. There was no adulteration, antibiotic-free milk was coming. So the products which came out, they were also very good standard quality products. Finally, the consumer was also happy because he's getting very good milk from these dairy farms. It was a success story. It was a win-win situation for all.
This is, I believe, a very big achievement concerning dairy industry in this area. And we have been able to uplift the dairy industry in Phaltan as well as area around Phaltan.
Let's take you through a typical day of milk collection. A typical day at the Govind Milk Collection Center begins early in the morning. The farmers arrive from their free housing farms with the day's supply of milk. Milk received at every Govind bulk milk cooler undergoes stringent quality control measures. The milk is tested for 1. Fat percentage, 2. Solid non-fat percentage, 3. Adulteration, 4. Odor, and lastly 5. Taste. The rapid cooling of the milk in the bulk milk cooler retains the quality of the milk and reduces the bacterial load. The milk is then pumped into company milk tankers to be taken to the plant for processing. The tanks are thoroughly sealed. Each milk tanker is equipped with a GPS tracking system to ensure punctual delivery of the milk to the plant. On entering the plant, each tanker is weighed for quantity. The seals are then checked to ensure adequate protection from contamination by extraneous matter. Raw milk on arrival at the factory is tested for temperature, taste, odor, MBRT, antibiotics, water addition and adulteration. Milk that does not meet these quality control measures is rejected. On acceptance, the milk is chilled and pumped into a silo at the processing plant and held at temperatures below 4 degrees Celsius. The plant is divided into 4 zones: high risk zone, high control zone, controlled zone, and non-manufacturing zone. Appropriate dress codes are given to employees depending on the zone they belong to. International standard sanitary practices are uniformly enforced as per Kraft Foods requirements. The milk from the silos is pumped to the milk feed tank for clarification, separation, deodorization, and bacterifugation. Bacterifugation can be done in conjunction with heat treatment on the raw stream or skim line to decrease the bacteria and spores content. Pasteurization is an added step that helps to reduce remaining bacteria present in the milk. Pasteurization is done by heating the milk to 78 to 84 degrees Celsius, holding it for 15 seconds, and then cooling it back to 4 degrees Celsius in the regeneration and chilling section. Homogenization is done by using the homogenizer to reduce the size of fat particles. The chilled milk is stored in pasteurized milk storage tanks. Then, it is packed into pouches of either 1 liter, half liter, or 200 milliliters. There are 3 grades of milk packets: full cream, tone, and double tone. 500,000 pouches are packed every day. The packets are placed in milk crates and stored in the cold storage. The packets are then dispatched for distribution. For the production of skimmed milk powder, milk is separated into cream and skimmed milk. The raw cream is chilled and later pasteurized for the butter and ghee sections, while the pasteurized skimmed milk is pumped to the evaporator silos and then to the evaporation plant. The milk is concentrated in a series of calandrias in an evaporator to evaporate the water from the milk in order to reach the required solid concentration of 45 to 47%. The evaporation plant is also designed and equipped to produce sweetened condensed milk. Spray drying the milk powder involves atomizing concentrated milk through a hot air stream. The atomizer may be either a pressure nozzle or a centrifugal disc. Spray drying yields milk powder with excellent solubility, flavor, and color. Other than skim milk powder, the spray drying plant is also designed to produce dairy mate, dairy whitener, and fat-based products. In the spray drying plant, a separate clean air room has been made, and HEPA filters are installed for the air directly coming in contact with the product. Milk concentration and spray dryer outlet air temperature is maintained precisely to obtain consistent moisture and bulk density in the final product. The spray drying process is a 3-stage process. Stage 1. The first drying takes place in the drying chamber, and the fine powder particles will be collected through the cyclone and again recirculated either in the chamber or the fluidized bed dryer. Stage 2. The second drying takes place in the integral fluid bed dryer, located in the bottom of the chamber cone. Stage 3. The third drying takes place in the external fluid bed dryer, where the powder is heated and then cooled to an ambient temperature that can be handled. Instantizing is attained by agglomeration, which is usually carried out in this vibrating external fluid bed dryer. Here, re-wetting takes place for better agglomeration of the powder. The resulting skimmed milk powder, dairy mate, or dairy whitener is put through a vibrating sieve. The powder is filled in plastic liners, sealed with cotton tape, and packed in HDPE laminated paper bags. These bags are then put in kraft paper bags for dispatching. The packing operations are carried out within a closed room with 10,000 class filtration level where positive pressure is maintained. Then the bags are passed through a metal detector. The cleaning in place system is of unique design, which covers the entire dairy plant equipment and pipelines. Predetermined programs are used to clean each object. The time, temperature, and concentration of the cleaning solution is maintained throughout the cycle and also recorded to evaluate the cleaning effectiveness. Dosing pumps are provided to maintain chemical concentration and filters to avoid any soil matter entering into the main CIP tank. They are located on the return CIP pipeline. The CIP is monitored and controlled by a SCADA system with different temperature programs as per the suitability of the equipment or the vessel. There will be a separate CIP station for road milk tankers and raw milk silos to reduce further contamination between processed and unprocessed milk. The CIP is a repeatable process that meets the stringent hygiene regulations set for the dairy industry. The entire plant is integrated through SCADA, from which we can monitor each section's process parameters and control them. The boilers, refrigeration section, and water treatment plants are also connected to SCADA for better visibility and overall control of plant operations. The utility parameters like steam, electricity, and water consumption are recorded section-wise daily to evaluate the cost of the production.
Our first product that we started was ghee, and it became very popular, so we got encouraged and started our other range of products also. We have a very modern dairy plant with all the modern equipments, but we still believe that we should make our products, especially Shrikhand and ghee, in a very traditional way, because they are very Indian products, and if you use very modern techniques and very westernized techniques, you might lose out on the flavor and the taste.
Ghee was followed by Shrikhand, Amarakhand, paneer, lassi, chas, flavored milk, curd, and ice cream. Research and development is a constant endeavor at Govind and is given a lot of importance. Through research and development, we have evolved our systems whereby the company can stay abreast of changes and advancements in the dairy business.
Our main aim has always been working with the farmers who have cattle. We also have to ensure upliftment is there in their livelihood, and that is where we feel that socially we are responsible. Because of them we can achieve whatever we are achieving today. We are trying to collaborate with Fulton Education Society so their children get good education. Fulton Education Society also has agriculture and horticulture colleges where also we have contributed.
I run a credit cooperative society called Srimanta Saibai Mahila Pathasamstha, which is also run by women. We have been funding a lot of women from the rural areas to buy cows and venture into the cattle business. We have a big women force here. My supervisors at the production department are also women. We believe in giving the women working in Fulton a better standard of living and better working conditions also. For the past year, we have been looking into their nutrition and diet. Women in the rural parts come to work without having any breakfast and they are very malnourished. So as soon as they come at the dairy, we make sure that we give them a little bit of sprouts and a few dates to eat. Sprouts for their protein and dates because their hemoglobin level is generally down in the rural areas. Routine medical checkups are also done for the women because every 6 months we get all our staff medically checked because it's a food product and we do not want to take any risk with it.
Mr. Domar himself is a Vipassana teacher. The Govind staff, most of them have completed Vipassana courses. Since we are also taking our farmers along with it, overall the work culture right from the producing milk from the farmers to processing it has a sense of difference from the others and which one can make out if you are taking round in Govind premises. We have already created Govind as a brand name, and in future we plan to take it ahead.
The past 12 years working in Govind has really been a fun experience, especially trying out new products, doing R&D on them, even planning your product sections, your product buildings has been real great fun.
Since we have a very good powder plant and we are observing all the hygiene standards, I am quite confident that we can go in for baby food. We also plan to go for various mixes using milk powder, that is kheer mix, gulab jam mix, and also western mixes like mixes for various puddings, mixes for various cakes, and we plan to broaden our market base, make it a pan-Indian market, and even try to send our this value-added products outside India.
We feel that if we give our consumers the best product, there will be demand for the product and we'll be able to pay our farmers that much better. And we take a lot of care for the quality of our product.
In short, we can say that our aim is value for the farmers and quality for the consumers.